not be deceived by thinking this is a right versus a left issue. It's not true. It's being portrayed that way because it's beneficial to the overall movement that they're trying to push. I'm saying they for a reason because this is not just one particular person. This movement is bigger than one person. This movement is bigger than one group of people. It's multiple groups of people working through multiple different people to support a very demonic system, a very demonic agenda. The kingdom of darkness, Satan, has his own agenda. He also has his own timeline of doing things, which is why he typically uses the same kind of like template, the same kind of format, and you can kind of trace back his patterns, his movements. You can kind of see the clues, the prophetic clues that's left behind when he does different things because he has to follow a certain like blueprint. And just to be clear, being a Christian and being a conservative is two very different branches. Those are not the same thing. They only group them together because they share similar values, similar morals, things like that, but they are not the same thing. So when you are being forced to support certain people and certain ideas and certain group way of thinking, just because you're considered to be a conservative, as a Christian, you should not go along with that. Because there's going to come a time when conservatives are moving out of alignment with God and His will and His purpose. What is He doing? There's going to come a time, which it happens very, very often, but when we become blind and we think that everything that's conservative is of God, then we become loyal to something that is not of God. That's why I keep saying, do not put me in a box to think I'm left or right. I'm not. To me, this is not Republican versus Democrat. You're not going to convince me that all Democrats are my enemy. Not true. God also has people in the Democratic Party. And so here's the thing, Charlie Kirk was responsible for a very large conservative movement. He was also a Christian, a true man of God. But he started to move out of the box. He started to wake up to certain things that was happening right underneath his nose. And when you have somebody as big and as bold as Charlie Kirk that has such a large following, you cannot risk letting him go, because him waking up has the ability to wake up a large amount of people, even people that do not like him. Him waking up can have the ability to wake up a mass amount of people. But here's the thing, Satan thought that taking him out was going to be beneficial for him. He thought that taking Charlie out was going to help his agenda, help his movement, help his plans. But because he doesn't know everything, he started a fire that he can't even contain. He did not expect to start the kind of fire that he has started. And that is why his minions are going full force in trying to put the fires out. It's not going to work. They're actually making it worse, whether they know it or not. And so we have to be careful not to be dragged into a battle that's not ours to fight. When I was still very emotional about this whole thing, I really felt in my spirit that I was being summoned to fight for TPUSA. Like, I felt in my spirit that I was being summoned to fight for Charlie Kirk's wife. I saw the image in my head, me dressed in armor, ready to fight for her. Literally, she was leading over me. When that first happened, I didn't really think much of it. Whenever my spirit is being alerted, but I'm not listening, I will get restless. And that's what was happening. So I was getting restless. I could not get any sleep. So I took a step back and I started to ask questions. Also, in asking questions, I started to do my own research, because there is also things that you can do naturally to get a better understanding of what you're discerning spiritually. We need to not be pulled into a movement that is not really of God. So when I say that they want us to believe that it was the left that took out Charlie Kirk, because we already know that Charlie Kirk was pushing back against a lot of the ideologies and a lot of the agendas of the Democrat Party. And so it would be very easy to get us to believe that. They really did expect that they were going to be able to assassinate Charlie Kirk publicly, and they were going to use that to fuel their own wicked agenda. Now keep this in mind, the agenda is wicked, but it does not look wicked right now. That's the part that is hard to kind of get people to get unraveled to, because it doesn't look like that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Don't get dragged into making this a right versus left issue. It's not true. That's actually very deceptive. God has people in the left as well. Not every Democrat is of the devil. Just like not every Republican, not every conservative belongs to Jesus. It's not true. Some of them, their father is the devil. They have just been planted in the conservative movement to do the work of their father.